What's up, guys? So today, I've got my man Virg in the house. Virgil's one of my greatest mentors. He's going to help me out today because, I struggle hitting these like little 3/4 punchy finish follow-through shots, and he's going to help tighten that up for me a little bit. So when I need to take a little off a 7-iron, we can hit it with authority. Virg,
let's get it
Let's get it to work. Let's do this thing. All right, gang. So typically when I try to hit, Virg, this is for you too.
Yep.
Try to take something off a shot and really kind of what we would call maybe, like you said, Fleetwood or punch a finish. It's a pull left. I never miss it right hitting that shot. What do you got for me?
Well, one of the things that you have notorious in your golf swing is you lack depth when it's not good.
Yep.
So you'll get this turn and all of a sudden your arms will get a little collapsy and you won't be fully behind it. So the first thing I'd be telling you is we're going to try to get more depth. We're going to try to get the club deeper so that even if you decide to lead with your upper body, you lead it and it stays on plane. But when you're narrow and you go this way, now the club's out and you're going to hit a smother pull.
Yeah, that checks the box, and that probably applies in a little bit of driver too.
100%. Like it applies to everything. When it's not good, you lack the depth to shallow the shaft.
All right, so what are we doing?
So get set up to the ball. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to give you a little roadblock for your golf swing.
A little incitement there.
So just try a visual aid to shallow the shaft.
Okay.
So we're going to try to get set up to it. It's probably going to feel a little more of an earlier turn. So now you got all this depth.
Yeah.
So that you can shallow it. But even if you get a little this way, the club is still on the plane, and it takes away the left. If you get this shot understood, the worst shot you should hit is a shot that starts right and doesn't come back.
Right, and that's the shot I would rather see anyway.
Absolutely.
So this is, how are you setting that up?
So because you're tending to be over, I'm going 5 inches outside the ball.
Okay.
Back the length of the club that you have in your hand.
Right. So you could almost do something like
that.
Like that a little bit, right?
And then I have the foam sitting on the ground at the same angle that your golf club sits flush to the turf.
Perfect.
That's the plane, so the shaft plane.
Love it. Love it. All right, so stay under that with a bigger chest turn, you're saying?
Yeah, it's just going to feel like your hands probably feel like they're tracking. Your hand path are going to track more in early.
Okay, got it. More in early.
Bingo.
That definitely doesn't stink, Virg.
No. And to me, and so try to hit one even shorter than that.
Okay.
So then I'd narrow the stance up a little bit.
Okay.
Because when you narrow the stance, you reduce your ability to coil.
Right.
So you take some heat off of it.
Right.
Once again, hands in.
So hands not so much club head, right? We don't want.
That's right.
We don't want
It almost feels like, get set up to it again. It feels like your left hand pushes the handle.
Ooh, yeah.
Not the right hand swings the head. So feel the left hand push the handle.
Got it. This is almost like a little Duffnery, you know?
A little bit.
A little like that.
Yeah.
Now, if I didn't want it to curve as much, is that kind of where I need to get the pelvis going a little sooner?
Yeah, so if you said I want to fade it, I'd probably take this away.
Okay.
Right? Because I don't want you to try to figure out how to fade it from stuck.
Yeah. No, I like the start right left, but if I wanted to tune down how much curve, what's my face opener?
So get set up to it. The first thing I would tell you is when you take it to the top of your backswing, is when you start coming down, try to feel your eyes work a little more to the left.
Okay. Right.
Because you're giving me that guy.
Okay. And that's where people might talk about like tilt to the right, that kind of stuff. Okay. So still deep, a little more left with the eyes.
Yeah.
Got it.
So there's the one that always has me the most concerned. That one did not get deep.
Okay.
Even though you tried.
Okay.
Right?
So I was too worried about trying to make the downswing happen.
Yeah, you started coming down before you got back.
Okay. Get the depth, then the left.
Yep. Narrower. There you go. Probably 60-40 left.
Okay.
There you go. Still probably a fraction more
cheating
than
the
you want.
backswing. Cheating the backswing.
Yep.
Cheating the backswing. It feels good, I'll say that.
Yeah.
I feels more confident with it. If I got the depth first and was a little bit of an athlete.
Yeah. So I want you to move. I know this is going to shock you. Choke up on it a little bit, move the ball more forward. So what you've done by choking up, you've stiffened the shaft.
Right.
Moving the ball forward allows your path to get a little more left.
Right.
All right.
Get a little depth to it.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Oh, now we're talking.
You see what I'm saying? See what I did there?
Yeah.
I have to make your...
That was an hour before I thought about doing it.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like I have to lead you.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a thing that we deal with a lot as coaches, right? Where like, like I say this a lot in lessons. There's a little bit of did you do it, when did you do it, and then a magnitude question. Like, you can jump, doesn't mean you're going to dunk it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I always try to help people understand something. If the feel of learning golf is twice as bad as the real of learning golf.
Oh, that's fair. That's
right. So if you're swinging 7 degrees to the right in your path, it feels like you have to swing 7 degrees to the left to be 0.
Yeah.
Right. So it's 14 degrees of feel to get 7 degrees of real.
Yeah.
So why does getting golf lessons shake people up so bad? Is because what it feels like is infinitely worse than what it really is doing.
Yeah.
And it hurts people's feelings. Like, I can't be that far off. I'm like, well, by feel, absolutely.
Yeah.
By real, it's really 7 degrees, but it feels like 14.
I've said that a dozen times where it's like, you might be 6 degrees inside out and you swing it to 0. I'm like, that's 6 left to you. To the target, not so much.
That's right.
Right? That's kind of how it felt there. I wasn't ready for the amount of
So we're going to do it one more time, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready. Bingo.
A little toe-ish, but that's because I kind of fell off balance with you pushing, but that's kind of be expected there a little bit.
Yeah, so now...
brain's not ready for that, but I know what to do now.
Yeah, so now I would, like, on a situation like this, I would just stick, like, T's. And I'd be like, I want your eyes...
Tracking. Yeah.
I want your eyes here when you hit the ball.
Got it.
It'll probably slow down your transition a little bit.
I think a Mississippi State grad can follow that logic. Outside of not hitting it awesome, I know I did it.
Oh, yeah.
But not outside of not hitting it awesome, that was different.
Sneaky good. That was sneaky good.
And see, that's kind of interesting because I've never really taken into account how much the eyes can lead a golf swing, right?
100%.
And I know the Clampett, Stormstam, Duval, they all had that kind of look out, but I never really thought about the kind of players they were too.
Yeah.
Like Bobby's always fighting a hook.
Duval.
And Duval was
with
fighting.
that Harley'd up grip.
Yeah.
He fought like crazy.
That all makes a lot of sense now, thinking back to what kind of players they were. All right, so deep. I was literally looking at that tee when I hit it, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I could get used to that shot. I might just do that as a stock shot.
And I'm telling you, there's another added benefit, is that when your nose chases your sternum, it protects your neck from injury. A lot of people are trying to keep their head down, so it creates a shearing force because all of your body is rotating hard left, and your head is actually, even though it's trying to stay still, is countering going to the right. Davis Love, that's where Davis Love had his neck surgery. It's all because old school instruction said, head down.
And it had that reverse K kind of look too.
That's right.
Throw the pelvis
and once again, why was it reverse K? Because he was keeping his head down so long.
Yep.
You don't have to keep your head down because the ball's not moving. So if we're set up to hit it, we're going to hit it. The ball's not moving.
Yeah. And so another quick nugget on that is the some players, right? I mean, I'm very fortunate that I'm very mobile between lower and upper, right? For some players that aren't, that could be a huge huge thing to get going, right?
And it's almost to the point now where people are like, they can't believe it.
Right.
I mean, you probably experienced a fraction of it, like, wow. The first time, like when I twisted your face and I beat you to the ball. Yeah. And then the ball just stays out there. Yeah. You're like, oh, wow. Everything we do, pitcher, catcher, free throw shooter, archery, rifleman, everything follows your eyes.
Absolutely. All right, so then now we got a little of that in-tube breeze on it, right? So now we're really gonna get a little flavor for how much can this hold its line. Man, I feel like I'm looking over my, actually, you know what? I'm kind of just gonna use my left toe as a point to look at. How about that? Oh, and I just
if you got more depth, it'd have been absolutely perfect.
And that's the thing I think I got to beat first, right? Can't get ahead of the next swing thought.
Yep.
And it's two simple thoughts. I mean, that's not like it's a train wreck on the brain.
I might even tell you that I feel like your backswing begins with your right hip turning instead of waiting for your let the things wind up from the inside instead of trying to make your hands take it away.
Almost like I'm going to my pocket with the butt of the club a little bit.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh, dude. you're about ready to let it go. 'Cause when you figure out that you actually can't hook it from there.
Yeah, that's a fun feeling.
I mean, that's what Duval felt.
Yeah.
Duval figured out how to, with his eyes, he could release it literally as hard as he could release it, and the ball was just going to hit a falling fade.
I love it. All right, last move at it. You know, hit a little, not a John Ron tee shot off the 18th at the Masters, but, you know, got a little 7-iron into 18.
Dude, that is so good. Wow.
I could play that all day.
Absolutely.
And I like how I can be aggressive with it even on a full-ish move. It doesn't feel like I got to be steery.
With your face going,
yeah,
it encourages the core to keep going.
yeah,
And I love having impact thoughts that are past impact.
yeah.
I like trying to find something that's over here
So
instead of at the ball.
I do a lot of that because, and those that have watched the channel know that I've said it before, like the golf swing's over here. Like 2 feet, the shaft parallel, I mean, it's done. The rest of it's just coil after the fact that you're doing 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right? And you just can't stop it there.
That's right.
And so to kind of like to your point of looking, I mean, effectively, that's where my golf club is by the time I'm looking.
Yeah,
About that 3 feet past. That's an
right.
awesome little nugget there. So y'all haven't seen me actually take a lesson before on the channel. Who else than the guy that taught me how to teach, coming back with some awesome tips to help my game. Hopefully now maybe I'll win something. Lord knows I've been sniffing at it.
You're overdue.
Ah, it's too long. So for me, for Virgil, his stuff's in the description below. Make sure you come find him here in Nashville. Like I said, mentor of mine. I learned everything I need to know from him. Y'all make sure you come check him out. Virgil, thanks again, bro. That was awesome.
Thank you.